This crossbow is really old. It's a PSE Star Fire 2. This crossbow, I had to fix a guy's microwave in exchange for this crossbow. And when I got it, this is the Starfire limb pockets. They fit in that way around onto the aluminium, and it had little rubbers that dampen the limbs, and the wand was cracked to pieces. Now this supports the limbs for up and down movement, so this one limb was high up or low down, it was floating around, so you couldn't shoot it like that. So I had the crossbow and I went to our local bow shop, and these limb pockets, they also plastic, but they come off a very old PSE compound bow which they've scrapped, so they didn't have use for these, and these limbs was the exact fit inside there. So I took these two limb pockets, and they had on the bottom side there were some inserts which protruded, but I put them on a belt sander and I grinded this flat, and this bolt goes through the limb pocket in, but there was still movement, you know, the limbs could move up and down. So I centered it and I actually drilled two holes. You can see the bottom of the holes there, and the other one is there, which I put a second bolt underneath the limb through the limb pocket, and I'll put some silicone rubber in there, that silicone rubber, and I tightened these two screws, and these limbs are, there's no movement whatsoever, they're quite secure. And this is the original Starfire cams. With these cables are actually metal cables, and this is the sight they used. I've sighted it in, but now I couldn't find arrows for these because there's no slide here. The arrow is free floating. So I went to a PSE shop, and these knocks at the bottom of the arrow is actually for the tactical PSE, the TAC 15 crossbow. The ends here, they capture knocks. You can see they capture, and when you put it on your string, it sort of clips in, it holds itself. So these are just normal Carbon Express pile driver 20-inch arrows. Now this bow I cock just by hand. It's not that tough, it's about 160-pound pull, and this one, when you load it in, I'll put the odd colored vein to the top. So now you see the arrow just rests in the front there, and it's captured onto the main cable there. And this is the safety. Put the safety off. Now I don't know how they shot these things in the years they made them, but I find that if I put this on a certain place on my cheek and I line that front arrow up, it shoots reasonably accurately and makes a lot of noise. But this is one of my modified crossbows.